isa po napakagandang episode ang matutunghayan po ninyo ngayon dahil po makakasama namin walang iba kundi dito ang presidente po ng Pontifical Council for Justice and Peace na walang iba kundi si His Eminence Cardinal Turkson. Ano kayang pag-uusapan namin? Siya po ang subaybayan ninyo sa pagbabalik ng Power to Unite with Elvira.
May maganda daw po kayong balita.
May biyayang darating sa atin. Hinirang ang ating bayan. Pinili ang bansang Pilipinas upang dito idaos ang 51st International Eucharistic Congress.
Dadayuhin ng mga Katoliko sa buong mundo. Magkita-kita tayo sa Cebu sa January 2016.
Sa selebrasyon na ito, maghahari ang pagmamahal sa isa't isa dahil tayo ay pamilya ng Diyos at Siya ang ating Ama.
Saksihan natin ang real presence ni Jesus sa Eucharist. Yan ang misa ng mundo.
Pinakamalaking pagsasama ng mga mananampalataya. Pagtulong-tulungan natin para may sakatuparan.
Mula sa ating munting kakayahan, may handog natin ang pinakamalaking selebrasyon ng banal na Eucharistia.
Makapangyarihan ng mamamayang Pilipino, kaya natin ito.
Isang pamilya sa ilalim ng isang Diyos. Nag-iisang bangka tayo sa isang pananampalataya. Christ in you, the hope of glory.
Welcome to the Philippines, Your Eminence. Is this your first time here?
No. I've been here before. Even before coming here, I've met, interacted with people from the Philippines for a long time. Some priests, even we in Ghana, did train as seminarians here, and subsequently one or two have become bishops. So. The Philippines, the island, and the sisters from here are already known. In the Nunciature in Ghana, the staff in the house, assisting the Nuncio, are from the Philippines. And the RVM sisters, are missionaries in a few dioceses in Ghana.
So you feel very much at home here. Now, yeah, Eminence, I was struck, because I read somewhere in your biography that your mother is a Methodist, your father is a Catholic, and then you have an uncle that is a Muslim.
Yes.
And normally in my country, here in the Philippines, the influence of the mother is very strong. So why did you choose to be a Catholic instead to be a Christian?
For several children, I mean, it's not a question of choosing to become a Catholic or choosing not to become a Catholic. It is true in that part of Ghana where I come from, the influence of mothers are also very strong. We have two big systems in Ghana. We have the matrilineal system and the patrilineal system. The southern part of Ghana where I come from follows the matrilineal system. So, kings and chiefs are created by the female side. By your mother, by your uncle, by people on your mother's side. But that's so it wasn't a question of being influenced by my mother or my father to become a Catholic or not. I suppose as I was growing up, I found myself more attending Catholic church, probably because. In this case, my father insisted probably on taking the children to his church. And then my mother subsequently also became a Catholic.
Oh, it's very interesting.
She was Methodist. She came from a Methodist family.
Yes.
But through marriage, she decided to join my father, attending Catholic church and doing everything Catholic. They blessed their marriage, therefore, in the Catholic church. And a paternal uncle was a Muslim.
Okay.
And unfortunately, all of them have preceded us into eternity. It just means that from the beginning, from the household, we were very well prepared to engage in dialogue. And it's also underlines what, and that is very basic, in several communities in Africa, which is also fast changing.
Yes.
It just means that, for us in Ghana and several other places in West Africa, from the beginning, even as Christians,
Yes.
Christianity was brought to us divided already, all right?
Okay.
So we didn't have the privilege of Europe, where Christianity came as one single system, and the Reformation subsequently divided it up. Mm-hmm. In several mission countries, I suppose over here also in the Philippines, it depends on which missionary comes.
Yes, the first one.
Yeah, right. The Portuguese came first to Ghana, the Gold Coast, and they were Catholic.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The Dutch came after the Portuguese, and they were Calvinist. The English came after the Dutch, and they were British. They were Anglicans and Methodists.
Okay.
So that's how Christianity was introduced to us, already divided, already broken up. So the thing of ecumenism, and they need to come together to, fashion a Christian unity, is something that subsequently we needed to be aware of. But from the beginning, we knew Christianity as divided. The division that took place in Europe was brought also to us.
Yes.
All right? And it's the same thing with Islam. Islam came through the desert in the trans-Sahara trade,
Yes.
and then, moved down south, and so several communities also are Islamic. And so we always live together. We always live together, and you get to think about it. When a child is born, a child becomes a Methodist or a Christian or a Catholic or whatever, depending on the parents.
Yes.
Okay, so in that sense, a child may never be, persecuted or have to suffer for being this or for being that. It wasn't its fault. It's probably only when he grows up and, to discover and to discern what these things are that you can say the child then can exercise and make a choice. So I suppose the situation in our part of the world, invites us to be very tolerant towards each other, to learn to have the common business of life, unite us, and to have us all work for the common good and the welfare of all of us. Mm-hmm. Instead of any tendency to get conflictual on account of, belief and faith positions and stuff like that, So that's the background that, I have.
This very fragile coexistence sometimes is being broken, and persecution really exists. Like, for example, what is happening in Nigeria, in Sudan, these kind of things, it seems Christian persecution, or maybe they said Muslim persecution, is happening now.
It is, unfortunately. It is unfortunate, and a lot of them reflect. These days with the globalized system and different parts of the world having an influence on other parts of the world, thought currents are traveling and in some cases also destabilizing or affecting the unities which did exist among people and among cultures in the past. Naturally these days, with distances broken by communication means and all of that, there is a tendency to extol one over the other and make it a coexistence that exists between the different religions, assume a conflictual character, as if one is either things start with one being better than the other, or one being whatever than the other, whatever. But the important thing is that while mission is a task that the Lord entrusted to us, mm-hmm. we know that the Lord himself did not adopt the way of violence and imposition as a way of spreading his gospel.
Yes.
If he adopted that, he would have left all of, the Near East, probably whatever it is. But he came out with a gospel and invited people to see the truth of the gospel and accept it.
Yes.
And when he sent the disciples out, it was also the same. Okay, if you go to a place and they accept you, you give, let your peace stay over there. If you go to a place and they do not accept you, you leave You may shake the dust off your feet and all of, but there's nothing like imposition.
Yes.
So we need then to recognize the need of having a mission and the method of carrying out the mission.
Yes.
And in the case of Christianity, clearly our Master and our Lord dismisses imposition, coercion, and force as a way of evangelizing.
Yeah.
That's not part of our system.
And that is very nice, but we will continue our conversation sa pagbabalik po ng Power to Unite with Elvira.